Hello. It's been a long time since I've talked to you, and I know we're not in person, but I still feel like this is me talking to you more than you've seen in the last couple of days. So, hi, and hopefully you're able to see this well. I'm at my house. It is Wednesday afternoon and I caught COVID, and so I've been not feeling so well for 4 days. Today is not so bad. You see, I'm here. I put makeup on, and I know that it's challenging for you. Your substitute's been talking to me. Hopefully, you've gotten the impression that he does care about you learning something, and I do too. I know Khan Academy is not the same as having a human there watching your mistakes and trying to, coach you in the right direction. um Khan Academy will tell you that your answer is incorrect, but it can't really find what you're doing wrong, or it's just not the same. I know it's not the same, and so please try to make the best of this. I'm hoping to return. You can see I feel like I'm getting a lot better, and so unfortunately I'm out for the week. um I have to show a negative test Friday. That's what I'm hoping for. I do feel better. Um, and so, like I said, let's try to make the best of it. I've been hoping that you would take notes on Khan Academy. Writing things down is good for your brain to process how to do something. You do the same thing over and over again. So you see somebody do it, and then when you have to do it yourself, there's some memory there. So I'm gonna keep those assignments as things that I want you to do. Those are skills I'm going to test you on. And I know that it's not easy to hear that, but I hope that motivates you to do those Khan Academy assignments. They will continue to be things that I'll ask you to do. I don't think they're busy work. And it was one of the best things that I had for students, that there were videos that led to problems. So anyway, all that out of the way, I'm trying to make a video for you guys. You guys should have your substitute teacher, your teacher for the day, should have given you this worksheet, and I'm hoping that I can do the front and that you can do the back with a partner. I had originally wanted to quiz this week, and your substitute on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday told me that that wasn't a great idea. But me being out has definitely set us back, and so you can expect a quiz early next week, and we need to move on, soon. So hopefully you've learned something. Please motivate each other to learn something. Don't say you can't do anything. That's not true. And just try to make the best of it. So here we go. A lot of these words have been used in Khan Academy. The idea of an intercept has been used. And so today I want to go back to graphing a system in order to find the solution to the system, but at the same time go back and talk about graphs and important parts of graphs. So this first graph, it's asking for both the x and the y-intercept of each line on each problem. So for this first equation, I want the x and the y-intercept. What we have been identifying for the purpose of graphing is the y-intercept. And I was hoping that you'd get into the practice of looking at this back number as a place for you to start, but that it's a point that comes about whenever you let the x be 0. So if x is 0, the y is 5, it gives me a 0.05 that's on the graph. What we've been using is called slope intercept. And so the slope is the number that's in front of the x, and in so this case, the slope is -1. And so I would use that as a pattern. And if the question was simply asking me what's the x and y intercept, then I would just find the y-intercept the way I've been doing, and then use the slope to find where the line intersects the other axis. This right here is the x-axis. And so the x-intercept also happens to be 5. But when I write the x-intercept, I put the 5 in front of the point, and then the y is 0. And that's the opposite. When you look at the y-intercept, the x is 0. So that's something that I want you, hopefully you don't find me too boring. But you might, but just try to label x equals 0 as the y-axis. It's a little bit weird, but even though this is the y-axis, what's really special about it is that the x is 0. And then this is the x-axis, but what's special about it is that the y is 0. And so you see that in the way that I have the points. The y-intercept, the x is 0, the y is 5. The x-intercept, the x is 0, the y is 5. If you can find the two intercepts, it's another way of graphing. That's what I was hoping to get done in this worksheet. Okay, so now I'm going to graph the second line. And in the second line, I have the y-intercept of 0, -4. And then the x-intercept, I'm going to see if I can use my slope to find it. So 0, -4 is on the y-axis. And then the x-intercept, my pattern on this one is the slope is what is multiplied by x, and it's a whole number 2. And so that could be viewed as 2/1. So I'll go up 2 and across 1 until I get to the x-axis, if the question is what's the x-intercept. So this right here is what you were looking for in the second week of school. Our goal was solve systems, right? And then so 3-2 is the solution to the system. And this is the intersection. Sorry. Intersection. But this right here is also another piece of vocabulary that I want you to be familiar with, and that is what's referred to as the x-intercept. So this line intersects the y-axis right here, intersects the x-axis right there, intersects the other line right there, okay? So this intersection is the solution to the system, and then this intersection is special, that's called an intercept. And it's an x-intercept. And again, it's +2, 0. So what's unique about the x-intercept is that the y is 0. And what's unique about the y-intercept is that the x is 0. Okay. All right. Number 1. All right. Our goal today is to try to become more familiar with lines, what's important on a line. But the main goal from the second week was to be able to find the solution to a system. So you are in the first 2, now 3.5 weeks of school, trying to become familiar with what are called linear functions and solutions to linear functions. Here we go, second example. In this next example, I'm again asking for the same things. Excuse me. So I do have 2 different lines. And for each line, I want you to find the x and the y-intercept. It's just part of the information I want you to be familiar with the question and how to answer it. And then in the background is this, how do I solve a system by graphing? And the solution is where they intersect, the 2 lines intersect. Okay. So the y-intercept of this one is 0, +4. And I got that by subbing in a 0 and figuring out that if x is 0, the y is 4. And that's positive 4. And then the slope is found by looking at what gets multiplied by the x. The slope is -1. This is very similar to the first problem, right? And I just had a different starting value for my y-intercept. So it's not a coincidence that the y-intercept is positive 4 and the x-intercept is positive 4 when the slope is -1, because it's just going down one at a time here. But anyway, x-intercept's -4. I don't want to over-explain this. Hopefully you can glance up the first problem that we did and see some similarities there, yeah? Okay, this next one, the y-intercept is 0, -4. I got that by substituting a 0 for the x, doing the math. When x is 0, y is 4. And then here's the slope. It's whole number 3. This is very similar to the first problem that we did, with some added dash of information of what is the x and the y-intercept. So I'm going to start at 0, -4. And then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 over 1, up 1, 2, 3 over 1. And this one is different in the sense that if I'm looking for the solution to the system, it's like, yay. Is the solution to the system, but if I need extra That's weird. I just got kicked off right there. So you can fast forward that. It was the COVID. I started coughing and this. Okay. So remember what I said was special about the x-axis? Maybe. I wrote a couple little equations and then I said, maybe you're bored, but maybe you remember that what is special about the x-axis is that the y is equal to 0. So I don't want you to just guess that just because it's between 1 and 2, it's going to be like 1.5. It's definitely a fraction. But to solve for the x-intercept, if graphing doesn't help me locate the point exactly, I take the equation y equals 3x minus 4, and I let the y equal 0, and then I solve for x. So if the y is 0, and then I solve for x, I would add 4 to both sides to isolate the x. So you see all the stuff that we did on the first day of school, solving equations for the first week. It helps you answer all these other more complicated questions. So in this case, it does lie between 1 and 2, and you can leave this as 4 over 3. The x-intercept is not a whole number. 4 over 3 comma 0 is the x-intercept. Sorry for the glitch. All the time, life's full of glitches. So hopefully this came out. Please try to do that last problem, number 3. Give yourself 5 minutes. Work with the partner. Hopefully you guys are working together, even though you might be on your Chromebooks independently. And tune in for the backside of this worksheet, okay?